So now we're going to take a look at Genially, one of my real favorites. There's just so much to do with it and so many templates. And it's free. You can get an education EDU account, which is really wonderful because it gives you a lot more possibilities of what you can do for free. So now we're going to go in and see my panel. My panel has the things I've made, the things I've saved, and we'll take a look at some of these things. Okay, so this was when we were doing things for school violence. This is not actually a game, but it's kind of like a game because as soon as they do something like this, then for them it's a game. So here they have different questions, and if they answer them correctly, they get a check mark in this one. So it goes on. Let's take another one like this. Here we have all sorts of stuff that I haven't actually used yet. And this is a quiz using like one of these word wall kind of spinners. And let's go down to here. This is a breakout room template. And here is a game that I made for my week 8th graders. And this is when we were actually studying on Zoom, but they were a small enough class that we could all be looking at the board and I would run the board. But when they're back in school, they can also do it in small groups. So how does this work? They roll the dice. I don't know why my dice is not rolling, but it actually does work. And what happens is they move their piece depending on the dice. Let's say if I landed here, I would get a question, where do I live? And the next person, let's see if they landed here. It says count to 20. So the red ones are not actually questions. They're kind of like a challenge. And then if I move here, which is the largest land animal, and I added a picture answer to give them a hint, and they work their way around the board. If you don't know how to play Chutes and Ladders, then you have instructions here. And if I look on all these things, there's which country has the most people, and the answer is China. And here is another kind of challenge, and you just go around the board playing. They really had a lot of fun, and basically you get the template and all you need to do is put in the questions. So let's see more that we have here. Now all of these are games because the minute it comes on something like this, even if it's basically a formative assessment, it's also a game as far as they're concerned. So here's a little quiz, a formative assessment about thank you, ma'am. They press on start, and Mrs. Jones, if I write lives with her family, it says wrong, try again. But then if I say works in a beauty shop, they get a sound that says they're correct, and they can't go on until they get it correct. When Mrs. Jones takes Roger to her house, she gives him a meal. Yes, I'm correct. So that's how this one works. And there's a choice board, and here is a breakout room that, again, all I needed to do was just change the content and it's ready to use. So here I'm going to show you how this one works. So they says thank you ma'am, breakout room. And after Mrs. Jones brings Roger home, what does she not give him? So if I say food, error, wrong, think carefully and try again. And if I get it correct this time, they get these little characters clapping for them, which is, as I've mentioned before, one of the things that makes this gamified is it also gives them a congratulations when they get something right. Let's see what else we can go on to. And here is a whole lot of inspiration from the community. So if I go to inspiration, first of all, this is all. You can search, but look at all of the amazing different templates that are all ready for you, where all you need to do is put in your own content. So, for example, if I go into this Jeopardy game and I use it as a template, it takes a few minutes to import the template. So, we'll just have to wait a second while it imports it. And this is just one of many, many examples of ready-made templates for us. So it says, now we will test your knowledge on 4 different topics. Are you ready? Now, this one was obviously made by somebody who speaks, I assume, Spanish. So here you would change this to go. And here you would change to whatever it is you want to write. So here's the next slide, okay, where they pick. And here you can change the categories. So this one could be verbs. Whoops, I can't even type. And this one can be adjectives. Or this one could be a review where you say, all my sons, Mr. Noel. The sky is the limit. And all of the links are all ready. So, for example, here, this category was science. So instead of this category is science, you would change it to this category is verbs. And you just work your way through it, changing just what's written on it. And I'm going to leave this and go back and look at some more. Oop, it looks like I went all the way out. Okay, that was a bit of a mistake, but no big deal. Or you'll get to see me go back in and then press on inspiration. Now, if you notice, there is really an unlimited number of templates to use, and they're all really beautiful. So you don't have to be very graphically inclined to do this. So now let's see. This is education, and I always turn this on. Show reusable genialies, because you might end up seeing one that they don't let you copy, the person who made it, so no point in seeing those. But look what we've got here. So escape rooms, this is ancient Egypt, video, robotics for video, but you can change everything. I use this too. This is a choice board where when it opens up, every single one of these are different places that they can press, and it'll bring them to another one of the slides with a different question. And these are just some of the things that you'll be able to find. Some of them are based on a particular topic, and some of them are just more general that you can use for anything you want. Or you can take the one that says a Christmas Carol quiz and just change the topic. Lots and lots and lots, which makes it really easy to use. There are also not just games. You can find lots of beautiful slideshows that you can use as well. So I hope that you try out Genially. It's one of my favorites. It makes me look like I'm extremely talented in graphics, but I'm really not. All I need to know how to do is to just change text, and I'm all ready to go.